No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy. You were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
They go to the ground. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Try to pick up the first through the air. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
That's exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Punt is in the air. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Pitts. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Let's talk about Alabama. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
A run for the quarterback. He got him at the 42, but he got 5 yards on the play.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Pitts. Hard running there.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in your offense?
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 1st down. The screen, he can go. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. He's got it on the run. Touchdown time! Made the grab and then did the rest himself and they put points on the board. They strike first and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups. And you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Puts it out of the air. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. Run out of bounds just before he can get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Defense in press coverage. Just going to keep it after the snap. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And you can tell if the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth-quarter game.
On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Let's go. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Got his man. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Breaks the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Calls his own number. That's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll move the wide receiver. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Trying to get rid of it. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The play fake on 1st down to throw. Steps away to find some room. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Got his man on the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and get them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep throw off his back foot. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. From the gun to give, looking for room. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, Georgia! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. With a second and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He slings it deep to the left. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll start this drive firing. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Gets the back moving. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. What a disappointment. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And I think that right there has been one of the biggest stories of this game so far. The reason this team trails is they can't get one of their best players the football in the passing game. This guy's a weapon. He eats defenses alive each and every week and has yet to make one catch in this game.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Motion from the back. Looking downfield on first down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Turns it loose. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And at this point of the game, you just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set. But they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He spins that thing down the middle. Oh, what a play! It's intercepted. Got room on the return. He's inside the 40. The 20. Inside. Touchdown, Bulldogs. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's blocked.
That keeps the score. Georgia 20, Alabama 7.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do. Because of that singular instance, I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Making side adjustments here. Going to swing it on second down. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll get rid of it. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in the...
Breaks into the open. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. They'll try the run. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Fires to the tight end. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field. Here's the handoff.
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Grabs it in the middle. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Moffitt. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Right on the money. The Tide will get the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Got him downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip.
Let's go.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Under fire. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Sends it back in motion. Gonna look downfield again. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gee. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Just drives it between the uprights.
And they cut into this lead a little bit, but, man, it's still a huge deficit. And they're going to need their defense to get a stop in this fourth quarter and get them the ball back quickly, still down by a good bit of points.
And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got a little space. Still on his feet at the 35. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
The Dogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. I know both